Hello everyone, and welcome to our health channel. If this is your first time watching our program, please remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss the health information we carefully prepare for you each week. Today, I want to share with you an extremely important health topic that might be troubling you or your family members right now. 3 months ago, Robert Johnson, who lives in Westchester County, New York, walked into the endocrinology department at New York Presbyterian Hospital with heavy steps, carrying test results that weighed heavily on his mind. The 65-year-old retired government employee was usually in fairly good health and took daily walks in Central Park every morning. However, this health screening result deeply worried both him and his family. "Dr. My A1C came back at 8.5%. Is this serious?" Robert asked the physician with concern. "I've been very careful about my health. I eat oatmeal with a banana for breakfast every morning, have a sensible lunch at home and keep dinner light. Why is my blood sugar still so high?" Robert's wife, sitting beside him, anxiously added, "Doctor, we really watch what he eats. Robert doesn't eat fried foods, and I make sure he gets sweet potatoes every day because I read they're healthy. For fruit, I always choose the natural sweet ones like grapes, pineapple, and those Honey-Crisp apples. Why won't his blood sugar come down?" The endocrinologist listened to the couple's account and nodded thoughtfully before responding. "Mr. Johnson, I can see how much care your wife puts into your meals, but I think there may be some misconceptions about blood sugar control in your diet. Just because something seems healthy doesn't mean it's good for blood sugar. Many of the foods you're eating are actually high on the glycemic index and can cause rapid blood sugar spikes." The doctor continued, "For instance, while oatmeal can be healthy, instant oatmeal with added banana creates a high glycemic combination that's quickly absorbed, causing blood sugar to rise rapidly. Sweet potatoes and fruits, while natural, are high in sugar content. Without controlling portions and timing, they can actually work against blood sugar control." Hearing this explanation, Robert and his wife were shocked. "So what should we be eating?" his wife asked. The doctor recommended they start with a consultation with a registered dietitian to create a personalized blood sugar management meal plan for Robert. In the dietitian's office, Robert detailed his eating habits. The dietitian discovered that while Robert's usual diet seemed wholesome on the surface, it was actually loaded with hidden blood sugar landmines. His breakfast of instant oatmeal with banana and a glass of orange juice was a triple threat of high glycemic foods. Lunch at home, while home-cooked, centered around white bread sandwiches or pasta with marinara sauce, accompanied by sides like corn or mashed potatoes, all blood sugar elevators. What concerned the dietitian most was Robert's fruit consumption pattern. Every afternoon, he would eat a large bowl of mixed fruit including grapes, pineapple, watermelon, and those sweet Honey-Crisp apples, often consuming portions equivalent to 3 or 4 servings without realizing it. "Mr. Johnson, did you know that one large apple contains about the same amount of carbohydrates as a slice of bread?" the dietitian gently explained. Through detailed dietary analysis and blood glucose monitoring records, the dietitian created a personalized blood sugar control meal plan for Robert. This plan didn't require him to completely eliminate carbohydrates or fruits, but rather taught him how to make smart choices and control portions. 3 months later, when Robert returned to the hospital for follow-up testing, the results amazed everyone. His A1C had dropped from 8.5% to 6.8%, approaching the ideal control target. More importantly, Robert reported feeling more energetic, had lost 15 pounds, and looked more vibrant overall. "I never realized that blood sugar control wasn't about starving myself, but about eating the right foods," Robert said with a smile. "Now I understand how to choose foods and combine them properly. My blood sugar is stable and I feel great." Robert's story actually reflects the experience of many middle-aged and older Americans. According to the CDC, diabetes affects over 37 million Americans, with adults aged 65 and older having the highest rates. However, many people like Robert think they're eating healthily while unknowingly consuming foods that spike their blood sugar. Today we'll explore what blood sugar really is, why it rises, which common American dietary habits are blood sugar killers, and how smart food choices can effectively control blood sugar. I hope today's content helps many people like Robert find the right approach to blood sugar control. First, let's understand what blood sugar actually is. Blood glucose is the concentration of sugar in your bloodstream and serves as your body's primary energy source. Normal fasting blood glucose should be between 70 and 100 milligrams per deciliter, and post-meal blood glucose shouldn't exceed 140 milligrams per deciliter 2 hours after eating. If fasting glucose repeatedly exceeds 126 or post-meal glucose exceeds 200, diabetes may be diagnosed. However, looking at single blood glucose readings isn't enough. We need to examine a more important indicator: hemoglobin A1C, or HbA1c. This value reflects average blood sugar levels over the past 2 to 3 months, like a blood sugar report card. Normal A1C should be below 5.7%, and anything above 6.5% meets diabetes diagnostic criteria. Robert's 8.5% was significantly above the standard, which explains the doctor's concern. In the United States, type 2 diabetes is the most common form, accounting for over 95% of all diabetes cases. This type primarily results from insulin resistance and insufficient insulin production, closely linked to our lifestyle and dietary habits. Middle-aged and older adults are particularly vulnerable because insulin sensitivity naturally decreases with age, and when combined with inappropriate dietary habits, blood sugar control becomes challenging. To understand blood sugar control, we must first learn about the glycemic index, commonly called the GI. The GI measures how quickly foods raise blood sugar levels, using a scale from 0 to 100. Higher GI values mean the food causes faster, more dramatic blood sugar spikes. Generally, GI values above 70 are considered high glycemic foods. 56 to 69 are moderate glycemic, and 55 and below are low glycemic. Let's examine the GI values of foods commonly eaten by Americans. White bread has a GI of about 75, making it a high glycemic food. Instant oatmeal can reach 79, which explains why the dietitian was concerned about Robert's breakfast choice. In contrast, steel-cut oats have a GI of around 42, and old-fashioned rolled oats are about 55, much better options for blood sugar control. For fruits popular among American seniors, watermelon has a GI of 72, pineapple is 66, and those beloved Honey Crisp apples are around 36. Grapes vary but can reach 62, while berries like blueberries and strawberries typically range from 25 to 40. This explains why the dietitian suggested Robert switch his fruit choices. However, we can't just look at GI values alone. We must also consider glycemic load (GL), which factors in both the GI and the amount of carbohydrates in a typical serving. Some foods might have high GI values but low carbohydrate content, resulting in minimal blood sugar impact. Conversely, foods with moderate GI values can still cause significant blood sugar rises if consumed in large quantities. This is why portion control is crucial. Even low GI foods can raise blood sugar if eaten in excess, while high GI foods can have minimal impact when consumed in appropriate portions alongside other foods. American seniors often hold several misconceptions about blood sugar control. The first common myth is, natural equals healthy. Many people, like Robert's wife, believe that because honey, agave nectar, or fruit juice are natural, they're better choices than regular sugar. However, these natural sweeteners affect blood sugar similarly to table sugar. The second misconception is the fat-free fallacy. The low-fat movement of the 1980s and 90s led many Americans to believe that avoiding fat automatically means healthy eating. However, many fat-free products compensate with added sugars, making them worse for blood sugar control than their full-fat counterparts. The third myth is portion distortion. American portion sizes have grown dramatically over the past few decades. What many consider a normal serving today would have been considered excessive 30 years ago. A typical restaurant pasta serving now contains enough carbohydrates for 3 meals, but most people consume it as a single serving. Please remember to like our video and share it with friends who need this information. Your support motivates us to continue producing quality health content. American food culture presents unique challenges for blood sugar control. Our on-the-go lifestyle has created a dependence on processed and convenience foods, many of which are loaded with hidden sugars and refined carbohydrates. The typical American breakfast often includes high glycemic foods like bagels, muffins, cereal with milk, and orange juice, a combination that can send blood sugar soaring. The prevalence of dining out also complicates blood sugar management. Restaurant meals often contain hidden sugars in sauces, dressings, and marinades. A seemingly healthy grilled chicken salad can become a blood sugar bomb when topped with candied nuts, dried cranberries, and sweet vinaigrette dressing. American snacking culture poses another challenge. The convenience store and vending machine culture has normalized constant snacking on processed foods like chips, crackers, granola bars, and trail mix, many of which contain more carbohydrates than people realize. Holiday and celebration foods create additional difficulties. From Thanksgiving stuffing and sweet potato casserole to 4th of July barbecue sides like potato salad and baked beans, American traditional foods often center around high carbohydrate, high sugar dishes. Reading food labels becomes crucial but challenging. Terms like multigrain, made with whole grains, or natural can be misleading. True whole grain products should list whole grains as the first ingredient, not just include them as minor components. Hidden sugars are everywhere in the American food supply. Ketchup, barbecue sauce, salad dressings, and even supposedly savory foods like crackers and bread often contain added sugars. Americans consume an average of 77 grams of added sugar daily, far exceeding the recommended 25 grams for women and 36 grams for men. Now let's discuss the scientific principles of blood sugar control. The first principle is choosing quality carbohydrates. Quality carbs are those rich in fiber and nutrients with lower glycemic index values. These include foods that are minimally processed and retain their natural fiber content. In America, easily accessible quality carbohydrates include brown rice, quinoa, steel-cut oats, sweet potatoes, and legumes like lentils and black beans. These foods not only have lower GI values, but also contain fiber that helps stabilize blood sugar. However, portion control remains important even with quality carbs. Generally, starchy foods should be limited to about 1 cupped handful per meal. Whole grains are excellent choices, but beware of marketing tricks. True whole grain products should list whole grains first on the ingredient list. In American supermarkets, look for products with the Whole Grains Council stamp, which indicates significant whole grain content. Beans and legumes are exceptional carbohydrate sources Americans often overlook. Black beans, kidney beans, lentils, and chickpeas provide carbohydrates along with protein and fiber. However, avoid canned varieties with added sugars, and rinse canned beans to reduce sodium content. Protein plays a crucial role in blood sugar control. Protein doesn't directly affect blood glucose levels and increases satiety while slowing gastric emptying, helping stabilize blood sugar. Quality protein sources readily available to Americans include fish, poultry, eggs, Greek yogurt, and plant-based options like tofu and tempeh. Fish deserves special mention for American seniors. Beyond being quality protein, fish provides omega-3 fatty acids beneficial for cardiovascular health. With diabetes increasing cardiovascular disease risk, incorporating fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines becomes doubly important. Greek yogurt represents an excellent protein choice that many Americans enjoy. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is strained to remove whey, concentrating the protein content. Choose plain varieties to avoid added sugars, Then add fresh berries or a small amount of nuts for flavor. Fat selection is equally important. Healthy fats don't affect blood sugar and can help slow post-meal glucose rises. Olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds provide beneficial fats. Traditional American cooking often relies on butter and vegetable oils, but Mediterranean-style fats offer better health benefits for diabetics. The golden ratio for meal composition is half vegetables, 1/4 protein, and 1/4 carbohydrates. This combination provides balanced nutrition while supporting blood sugar control. Vegetables' fiber content slows blood sugar rises, protein increases satiety, and controlled carbohydrates provide necessary energy. Vegetables are blood sugar control's best friends. Most non-starchy vegetables like leafy greens, broccoli, bell peppers, and zucchini have very low GI values and provide abundant fiber and nutrients. Starchy vegetables like corn, peas, and winter squash require portion awareness, as they contain more natural sugars. Fruit selection requires careful consideration. While fruits provide vitamins and minerals, their fructose content significantly impacts blood sugar. Choose lower sugar fruits like berries, apples, and citrus fruits. High sugar fruits like watermelon, pineapple, grapes, and bananas should be limited or avoided. Fruit timing matters too. Eating fruit between meals rather than immediately after meals helps prevent excessive post-meal blood sugar spikes. For portions, aim for about 2 cupped handfuls of fruit daily, divided into 2 to 3 servings. Meal timing and sequence also affect blood sugar control. Regular meal times help stabilize blood glucose, preventing dramatic swings. Eat 3 consistent meals at regular intervals, avoiding both overeating and extended fasting periods. Eating sequence is important too. Start with vegetables, then protein, and finish with starches. This order allows fiber to reach the intestines first, slowing subsequent food absorption and helping blood sugar control. This concept, sometimes called food sequencing, is gaining recognition in American diabetes management. Intermittent fasting has gained popularity and may benefit blood sugar control. However, diabetics considering intermittent fasting must consult their physicians first, especially those taking blood sugar medications, to avoid dangerous hypoglycemia. Exercise timing in relation to meals is crucial. The 30 to 60 minutes after eating represents peak blood sugar rise time. Light activity like walking during this period helps muscles utilize glucose, lowering post-meal blood sugar. Avoid vigorous exercise immediately after eating, as it can cause dramatic blood sugar fluctuations. America offers many blood sugar-friendly food options. For starches, consider cauliflower rice, zucchini noodles, or spaghetti squash as partial substitutes for traditional starches. These vegetables provide bulk and satisfaction with minimal carbohydrate content. Shirataki noodles, made from konjac root, provide virtually zero carbohydrates and calories, while offering a pasta-like experience. Many American supermarkets now carry these in their health food sections. Traditional American dishes can be modified for blood sugar control. Thanksgiving can include cauliflower mash instead of mashed potatoes, green bean almondine instead of green bean casserole, and sugar-free cranberry sauce. 4th of July barbecues can feature lettuce wraps instead of buns and grilled vegetables alongside traditional fare. For American comfort foods, consider healthier swaps. Replace regular pasta with shirataki or zucchini noodles, use cauliflower rice in place of regular rice, and choose lettuce wraps over bread for sandwiches. These substitutions maintain familiar flavors while dramatically reducing carbohydrate content. Blood glucose monitoring is an indispensable tool in blood sugar control. Home glucose meters allow real-time blood sugar awareness, enabling immediate dietary and lifestyle adjustments. Most American insurance plans, including Medicare, cover glucose testing supplies for diagnosed diabetics. Monitoring timing is crucial. At minimum, measure fasting glucose and 2-hour post-meal glucose. Fasting glucose reflects baseline blood sugar status, while post-meal readings show food's impact on blood glucose. If blood sugar control is unstable, more frequent monitoring may be necessary. Keeping a food diary proves extremely valuable. Recording what you eat, portion sizes, and resulting blood sugar changes helps identify personal trigger foods. Everyone responds differently to foods, so tracking helps discover your optimal eating patterns. Record content should include meal times, food types and quantities, pre- and post-meal blood glucose, exercise activities, and emotional states. Many smartphone apps now facilitate this tracking, making the process simpler and more convenient. Collaboration with healthcare teams is key to successful blood sugar control. Regular checkups monitor disease progression and allow treatment plan adjustments. Registered dietitians provide expert guidance on dietary modifications, especially when first learning blood sugar control strategies. Many American healthcare systems now offer diabetes education programs providing comprehensive care services. Beyond physicians and dietitians, certified diabetes educators can provide lifestyle guidance. These resources should be fully utilized. Practical blood sugar control tips begin with smart grocery shopping. Create shopping lists to avoid impulse purchases of high-sugar foods. Choose fresh ingredients over processed foods. Read nutrition labels carefully, selecting low-sugar, high-fiber products. Stock your kitchen with blood sugar control staples. Steel-cut oats, brown rice, quinoa, legumes, nuts, olive oil, and plenty of non-starchy vegetables. Having healthy options readily available prevents poor food choices during busy times. Weekly meal planning prevents impulsive poor eating decisions. Spend weekend time planning the week's menus and preparing some components in advance. This preparation prevents reaching for unhealthy convenience foods during hectic weekdays. Dining out requires special vigilance. American restaurant portions are typically oversized, and many dishes contain hidden sugars and excessive carbohydrates. Choose restaurants offering customizable options, request modifications like dressing on the side, and consider sharing entrees or taking half home. Cooking method improvements matter significantly. Reduce frying, glazing, and sweet sauce preparations in favor of grilling, roasting, steaming, and seasoning with herbs and spices. American palates can adapt to these healthier preparations while maintaining satisfying flavors. To maintain food enjoyment, experiment with herbs, spices, citrus, and vinegars for flavor enhancement. Garlic, herbs like rosemary and thyme, and spices like paprika and cumin add complexity without affecting blood sugar. Some spices like cinnamon and turmeric may even provide blood sugar benefits. Social eating situations challenge blood sugar control, but are important for American social life. At gatherings, eat something healthy beforehand to avoid arriving hungry. Focus on vegetable-based appetizers and lean proteins while limiting high-carb options. Choose water or unsweetened beverages over sugary drinks. Holiday eating requires balancing tradition with health. Complete avoidance of holiday foods can affect mood and social connections, but portions can be controlled, and healthier versions of traditional recipes can be prepared. Consider bringing a blood sugar-friendly dish to ensure healthy options are available. Travel dining presents unique challenges due to limited options and disrupted routines. Research destination restaurants in advance, pack healthy snacks, and maintain meal timing as much as possible. Airport and roadside food choices are often poor, so preparation becomes essential. Blood sugar emergencies require proper responses. If blood glucose rises excessively, review recent food choices and portions to identify causes. If blood glucose drops dangerously low, immediately consume fast-acting carbohydrates like glucose tablets. Then investigate whether medication timing or exercise intensity was inappropriate. Exercise represents another crucial blood sugar control tool. Suitable activities for American seniors include walking, swimming, cycling, tai chi, and yoga. These moderate-intensity exercises don't cause excessive blood sugar fluctuations and are sustainable long-term. Aerobic exercise helps the body utilize glucose more efficiently and improves insulin sensitivity. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity weekly, which can be divided into manageable 30-minute sessions 5 days per week. Resistance training is equally important, building muscle mass and increasing metabolic rate. Muscle tissue consumes glucose as fuel, so greater muscle mass facilitates easier blood sugar control. Simple resistance exercises include resistance band workouts, light weights, or bodyweight exercises. Exercise timing and intensity should be appropriate. Excessive exercise can cause dramatic blood sugar swings, which can be harmful. Start with light activity and gradually increase intensity and duration. Monitor blood glucose before and after exercise to understand exercise's effects on your blood sugar. America provides excellent exercise environments. Parks, community centers, YMCAs, and senior centers offer suitable facilities and programs. Many communities have walking groups or senior fitness classes, combining health benefits with social interaction. Lifestyle adjustments beyond diet and exercise significantly impact blood sugar control. Sleep quality greatly affects blood glucose management. Sleep deprivation impairs insulin sensitivity, making blood sugar control more difficult. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep nightly with consistent bedtimes and wake times. Stress management is crucial for blood sugar stability. Chronic stress triggers hormone release that can elevate blood glucose. Effective stress reduction techniques include meditation, deep breathing exercises, regular physical activity, and engaging in enjoyable hobbies. Smoking cessation and alcohol moderation are particularly important for diabetics. Smoking impairs circulation and increases complication risks, while alcohol can cause unpredictable blood sugar effects and interact with diabetes medications. If these habits exist, elimination should be prioritized. Regular health screenings enable early problem detection and treatment plan adjustments. Beyond blood sugar monitoring, attention to blood pressure, cholesterol levels, kidney function, and eye health is essential, as diabetes increases risks for multiple complications. America offers extensive medical resources for diabetes management. Major medical centers have endocrinology departments providing specialized diabetes care. Community hospitals and clinics offer diabetes management programs, and telemedicine increasingly provides convenient access to specialists. Registered dietitian services are becoming more accessible across America. Many insurance plans, including Medicare, cover nutrition counseling for diabetics. Dietitians can create personalized meal plans and provide ongoing support throughout the blood sugar control journey. Certified diabetes educator programs integrate physicians, dietitians, nurses, and other specialists to provide comprehensive care. Patients enrolled in these programs receive more complete services, including regular follow-up care and ongoing education. Let's return to Robert's success story. After 3 months of effort, Robert's improvements were remarkable. His A1C dropped from 8.5% to 6.8%. Fasting glucose decreased from 180 to 115, and post-meal glucose was consistently below 180. More importantly, he reported feeling more energetic and clear-minded. Robert's dietary changes were specific and sustainable. Breakfast changed from instant oatmeal with banana and orange juice to steel-cut oats with berries and a small handful of nuts, or 2 eggs with spinach and 1 slice of whole grain toast. Lunch transformed from white bread sandwiches to large salads with grilled chicken and olive oil dressing, or vegetable soup with a small portion of quinoa. His fruit choices became strategic. Robert now primarily eats berries, green apples, and small oranges, limiting portions to 2 servings daily. The grapes, pineapple, and large apples he once enjoyed are now occasional treats in small portions. Robert established a regular exercise routine, taking 30-minute walks after dinner, and joining a senior fitness class at the local community center twice weekly. He reports that exercise not only helps his blood sugar, but also improves his mood and energy levels. Most importantly, Robert learned blood glucose self-monitoring. He tests his fasting glucose daily and post-meal glucose several times weekly, recording results in a smartphone app. This data helps him understand how different foods and activities affect his blood sugar, enabling informed adjustments. His wife's support proved invaluable. She learned healthy cooking techniques and menu planning for blood sugar control. Together, they transformed their eating habits, improving not only Robert's health but also her own well-being. Beyond Robert, we've seen many other success stories. A 62-year-old retired teacher reduced her A1C from 7.6% to 6.4% by changing her eating sequence and increasing daily movement. A 68-year-old grandfather lost 25 pounds and stabilized his blood sugar by replacing pasta with zucchini noodles and rice with cauliflower rice. These success stories demonstrate that blood sugar control is achievable. The key lies in having correct knowledge, taking consistent action, and receiving appropriate support. Everyone's situation differs, requiring personalized approaches to find what works best. The blood sugar control journey involves various challenges. Taste preferences require time to adapt, and lifestyle changes demand persistence. However, consistent effort inevitably yields results. The important thing is not to demand perfection, but to allow occasional setbacks while maintaining overall progress. Family support proves crucial for success. When family members embrace healthy eating habits, blood sugar control becomes much easier. Conversely, if family members maintain previous eating patterns, blood sugar control becomes more challenging. Encouraging family-wide changes benefits everyone's health. Economic considerations represent real concerns for many American seniors. Healthy ingredients may cost more initially, but preventing complications proves more cost-effective long-term. Many healthy foods like beans, lentils, and seasonal vegetables are actually quite affordable. The key is learning smart selection and preparation techniques. Finally, let me address some common questions. Many people ask whether blood sugar control means completely eliminating sweet foods. The answer is no. Occasional small portions of sweets won't cause major problems if overall eating patterns are healthy. The key is controlling frequency and portions while choosing wisely when indulging. Regarding artificial sweeteners, current research suggests moderate use is safe for most people. Common options include stevia, erythritol, and monk fruit sweetener. However, some people may experience digestive discomfort from sugar alcohols, so individual tolerance should guide usage. Blood sugar control and weight management often complement each other. Dietary principles supporting blood sugar control typically aid weight management as well. Weight loss improves insulin sensitivity, making blood sugar control easier. However, weight loss should be gradual to avoid blood sugar instability. Medication and diet coordination is essential. Those taking blood sugar medications must be careful when making dietary changes to avoid dangerous hypoglycemia. Any significant dietary modifications should be discussed with healthcare providers first. In summary, blood sugar control's core principles include choosing low GI foods, controlling carbohydrate portions, increasing fiber intake, eating regularly, exercising appropriately, and monitoring consistently. While these principles seem simple, long-term adherence is necessary for lasting results. For American seniors, my advice is to start with small changes rather than dramatic overhauls. Begin by modifying one meal, such as switching from white bread to whole grain bread or adding vegetables to existing meals. Once changes become habitual, continue with additional modifications. Continuous monitoring and adjustment are keys to success. Blood sugar control is a dynamic process requiring strategy adjustments based on physical changes and life circumstances. Don't abandon efforts due to temporary setbacks. Every small positive change represents progress. Know when to seek professional help. When blood glucose remains persistently elevated, when you're unsure how to adjust your diet, when complications develop, or when emotional difficulties interfere with self-care. Professional healthcare teams provide personalized guidance to make the blood sugar control journey smoother. Most importantly, establish long-term health management thinking. Diabetes is a chronic condition requiring lifelong management, but this doesn't mean life loses its pleasures. With proper knowledge and techniques, people with diabetes can enjoy delicious foods and live fulfilling lives. Blood sugar control is absolutely achievable. Like Robert, who went from an A1C of 8.5% to 6.8%, from daily worry about complications to renewed enjoyment of life. Such transformations aren't miracles but results of scientific eating approaches and consistent effort. Family and community support networks are vital. America has excellent medical resources and social support systems. Utilizing these resources makes the blood sugar control journey less lonely. Joining support groups and connecting with others sharing similar experiences provides valuable encouragement and practical advice. Finally, I want to encourage everyone on the blood sugar control journey. Believe in your ability to change. Every healthy choice represents an investment in yourself. Healthy living not only stabilizes blood sugar, but provides energy to enjoy life's beautiful moments. Thank you for watching today's program. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications, and share this video with friends and family who need it. Every share might help someone struggling with blood sugar issues. Remember, blood sugar control isn't about restricting life, but about achieving better quality of life. Let's work together toward better health. See you next week.